Okay, this is actually the same session from the last video. Um, we're just gonna try and continue this recording because feel a bit. I still feel a bit ill, so I don't really want to trade on my real account. So I thought I'll continue on this anyway. Did try my real account, but I missed an entry, so I just thought, you know what, I'll leave it as that. I'll go back to the recording videos, and we'll go from there. So obviously that last trade we did in the other recording, obviously we got stopped up for 50, went all the way down. That's going to be obviously the most upsetting thing in trading, is knowing that you settled for, I don't know, I think it was about 50, whereas we could have been up, over where price is now. That's almost $800 only on those two contracts. But you just don't really let them things get to you, and you just you move on, you look for a new thing, and you go from there. Right. I'd rather get every trade $50 to $100 over every 100 trades or something. I have a chance of getting the $800, because it's not very realistic you get this. You can only get one shot a day to try something like this, unless, like I said in the other video, you're looking for those very, very, very long-term trades, which is, it's always an idea for you to do if you're struggling with scalping, because investing is a lot easier, or long-term trades are a lot easier than scalping, because you're not moving your stop loss straight away. Because, for example, if you was in this move and it went down to here, you're still in the trade when it comes up to here. Or if it goes down here and it comes all the way back up, you're still in it. You're out of it when it hits whatever target you had. So, for example, if you was doing that style of trading, and you didn't really care if it's going to continue back up to your stop loss or whatever, you'd obviously still be in this, and you'd be up, even if that was just 2 minis. This is how much you'd be up. But take that and look at how many contracts you could have done if you was to go for a trade like this, right? That's 5 minis if you're risking 50, because that's only $45. Long-term trade, right? This is how much you could have been up. 2,740. So always think about maybe doing long-term trades if you're really struggling scalping, because it's not for everyone. It's really fast-paced, and if you don't start understanding it's fast-paced, and you need to be in these things where easiest target is probably the best option, if you're struggling with caring about these things, where you go down $100 and then you come back up to like here, and you could say, oh, but I could have taken that $100, came all the way up here, and I could have got a re-entry. That's the other thing you can do, right? Like what I was saying in the other video, is every time just take an easiest target, just take an easiest target, just take an easiest target, just take an easiest target. That's another way to counter the care of these trades where it goes down and then it comes up to then continue down. Like the caring of, when you're down here and then it comes up to here, you're in that scenario where you're like, oh, I wish it could go back down to here, I wish I just took profits there, now we're up here, I could just get stopped out. Well, that's kind of why I've recommended that, is take an easiest target, because you can be in here, your target's here, you come down here, you break that low, right? You take profit there, you come up to order block, you get into there, you take profit there, when that new low closes, and it's just like that. You keep taking profits at those lows every time, and that's gonna make you money a lot more efficiently than taking these trying to get these really long-term trades, but trailing, break even, too early, or not taking profits early enough. Because there's a balance you need to find out pretty soon when trading, and if you don't find that balance, then you're just going to be stuck in a loop for a long time. If something doesn't work for you, look for a new solution. If a strategy doesn't work for you, look for a new solution. The moment something isn't working out for you, don't hold on to it and try and make it work, because it's kind of, you're just becoming insane at that point. It's insanity if you just keep trying the same thing and expecting it to work, because it's not gonna. It's really not gonna. If you find that it goes up $50 every trade before you get break even, why the hell are you still not taking $50 and then coming out getting break even or stopped at every trade? It's just stupidity at that point if that's what you're doing. And you need to understand that, and you need to kind of switch up what you're doing if that is the case. So, if it goes up $50 each trade, take $50. I don't care if it goes up 200, because the thing is, even if it went up 200, you probably wouldn't have got the whole 200, because you would have trailed so aggressively, because you never see that amount of money, and you would have probably got stopped out for about 80, 90 or something. So don't always see a move and go, oh, I would have been in that, because the thing is, you could say that here, right? Let's say this was you in this trade, and you're like, oh, this is how much it went down. Oh, I could have got this amount. Well, what's to say that you didn't hop onto 52nd and get tried out here, get tried out here, get tried out here? Like, you could have been tried out so many times, but for some reason you just assume that because you're really good at trading, I'm not being serious there, but you just assume that every trade you'd be in, the ones that you see in hindsight, you're like, oh, I could have been in that, I could have got the 2000. No. But anyway, stop waffling. Just try and get a re-entry trade here. So notice we hit this daily level. This is the daily level I've marked. Reason behind this level is if we hop onto the daily. On the daily, look what's happened. The exact same thing that happens on the exact same trade was happening on the minute, or the same setup. Sorry, closing lows, holding the bearish order block, closing lows, closing it, holding the bearish order block, going to daily. What are you doing? Well, for a start, right, closing highs, end up coming back down to this bullish order block. In the same process of that, we close lows. We return back to the bearish order block. We then gain this bearish order block by holding the midpoint of it. This was already going to happen. We was already going to gain this once we started holding that. But we was also already anticipating this holding, or gaining, sorry, once we started holding this bearish order block, because we closed this low. And we're not anticipating that this is going to hold. I just want to see what's happening on this level. Because if we're going to continue down, we shouldn't be looking at this bullish order block to hold us. We're looking at this as, okay, we never close this high. This bearish order block held because this low closed. This bullish order block is a lot less likely to hold because we never closed the high here. So in this moment right now, you can only be bearish because there's so many things saying this is going to go down. We've even got this fair value gap that we've just got completely under. If this closes today, that's obviously bearish. That's an inversion. We also get under that. There's so many things here that's telling you that this price is going to go lower. Try and close this, and what will happen when we close that, if we do, is we'll close this, we'll try and hold this, we'll try and up sweeping these, and we'll come back up to this, we'll hold off of this, and then continue the same loop down until one of the highs can get closed. And then that's where the direction flips, because that's what's happening all the time. All the time. The same thing on each side. Close the lows, return to the lows, close the lows, return to them, close the lows, and then once you see this, close the high instead of holding off of it, holding off this bearish order block. Where's it going to return? To this, and then it's going to try and hold this range. Never came down to here. If it doesn't come down to these, it's just going to be more of a aggressive move, which it was. It just kind of continued up, and yeah, it's just the same cycle all the time. Closing highs, holding the bullish order block for that range, closing highs, holding the bullish order block for that range, closing highs, holding the bullish order block for that range. It's the same shit over and over again. It's the same shit on every time frame. So if we take everything I just said, we can look at this daily level and kind of see what's going on right now as a fake move up, which will still go up, but what it's going to do is going to cycle up until some of these higher time frame levels, and then it will continue down, because that's what the market has to do all the time. It can't just continue in one direction. It needs to come back and fulfill the gaps, or fill in the gaps where it left before it does that, because it happens all the time. If it happens on daily, it's going to happen on a minute. If it happens on the 15, it's going to happen on a minute. So yeah, right, well, it completely failed to even go up there. So what does that mean? It's just going to be more aggressive down, right? Already close that low. Can return to this to continue us down. Then we have to close this low. So if we go on the high time frame chart here to find what I target, the next thing I can hold price down, we could look at this bearish, this wick, sorry. Could rather look at the whole wick of this bullish order block. So if we're going to look at that, we only need to mark the midpoint. So if we mark the midpoint of that, and then we mark that as the midpoint of the wick, MPW, get rid of that, turn that to red, push that over. That's kind of the gap until the next kind of stabilization that it will try and do. So now if we hold here, we closed this, but it kind of looks like we just swept it. We then closed the low. This is kind of the next move down. Just kind of trying to come up with an analogy here of what I think is going to happen. Here's the thing, right? It's like what I was saying. I don't know if I said it in the other video. It was in my recordings or something. But once you see one very interior high close, when the whole direction has been down, don't flip your bias. You have to see a lot more. You'd want to see that high closed, that hold, that high closed, and then I can say, okay, direction's flipped, because we've just closed two, and it's looking quite good to now flip that direction. Whereas you close one, you kind of immediately foul that first one already. Yeah, that's just taking you down to the order block that's connected to this higher, but the whole direction's been down. I'm not going to expect that this one pattern, yeah, it's the setup, but the likelihood of this working when the direction has been down all day versus if it was up and you saw this, or it's already flipped. For example, like I said, if you already closed two highs and then you see this pattern for the third time, you're like, okay, well, clearly this is changing now. We can try and go for that. But once you see it happen once, I think the best solution to not getting that loss is just to see if it can hold If you can hold, take the second one. You don't have to be in the first one. Because the thing is, all you're doing in that first one is you've got the ego of, oh, okay, yeah, we're going to get that, because now this is going to rush all the way back up. No, it's not. It's really not. The direction's down. Seeing one high get closed or one low, if it was going up all day, it is not the play. So yeah, this is exactly what I mean. One thing happening, don't change your direction. So stupid, and that's how you lose really often, is taking these stupid flipping directions for no reason other than, oh, we close one high. Stick to what you was thinking at the start, and that's where you make money. Because now look, we made that 200. That 200 has been done for the day now. We could now, if this is a real day, we'd leave it as that. That'll be one X'd off. Now we only have to make 4 more to now start withdrawing that money. So yeah, that's how you make easy trades. I'm not getting confused in direction. Is if we've been down all day, as we have, seeing this one high get closed because there's a high time frame level isn't going to be the magic return of the fucking all-time highs. We have to see a lot more than that. So in the future, don't be in longs just because 2 things have happened. The 2 things here is we're holding the bullish order block of this range and closing a interior high. Those are the 2 things. Don't change direction because of that. It's stupid, because the thing is, you look at the bigger picture. Like I was saying, like, this isn't going to hold. We're holding this, we closed this. This isn't going to hold. Most likely you're going to go down to here, return to here. Same thing. There's going to be a bullish order block. That isn't going to hold. That isn't going to go like that. And if it does, then yeah, fair enough. Now we can start going up. But until that happens, we're going to remain bullish, or bearish, sorry.